looking out for you for the past 60 years. Thank you, St. Louis.
The Good Wife and The Mentalist return next Sunday. And now, join your host Hugh Jackman for Broadway's biggest night at the Tony Awards Live next.
Hey, Q, over there. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, man, how are you? Oh, hey, man, how are you?
Oh, hey, Hugh. Good to see you. We got you doing that bouncing bit, huh?
Yeah. So, good luck, man.
Have fun.
Thanks. Hello. Tonys, and I'm the host of your show. Yes! What up? Man, I picked the wrong night to forget my dance belt. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, now please welcome Fantasia, Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, and the cast of After Midnight.
on the doors. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear the pigeon? It's so happy to this short stand. Like a beat so sweet on the sunny side of the street. Yes, girl, you said with those blues on parade, but I'm not afraid. It's over, it's crossing over. Oh, if I ever never had such a beating better, oh, go just let mine. Yes, sir. On the sunny side, not that shady side. On the sunny side of the street.
Freeze, melt, freeze. Melt, freeze, melt, freeze, melt, freeze. Come on. All right. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. All right now, y'all. Yeah.
Mwah. Yes. Yes. Best musical nominee after midnight with Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, Fantasia, and of course, Dule Hill, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. And it is going to be after midnight till I catch my breath. How are you doing? How are you, Mosh Pit? All good? They're like animals down here, these guys. They go crazy. You got great seats there. Greatest view of the man from Down Under's Down Under, ladies and gentlemen. Getting to know you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tonys. It is great to be back as your host. Thank you. Tonight is a celebration of Broadway, the only place you can see Rocky in a boxing ring, Bryan Cranston in the Oval Office, and Wolverine in tap shoes. Yep. You don't see this at Comic-Con, let me tell you. But what a great season it has been on Broadway. It's just been incredibly diverse. I mean, whether you like men dressed as women or drag queens, there's something for everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Casa Valentina nominated for Best Play. Happy birthday. Highlights the tension between married men who cross-dress and the gay community. Two sides that never really understood each other. It's kind of like people who are against same-sex marriage and people who mind their own business, you know? No, but seriously, think about it. These men had to go to a resort in the Catskills so they could cross-dress. I mean, it really brings home the pain and anguish and humiliation of having to vacation in the Catskills. There's the amazing Neil Patrick Harris, nominated for Hedwig. He is a legendary four-time Tony host, but Angela Lansbury has hosted 5 times, so Neil is right behind her, and I was right behind him, which is still illegal in 13 states. No? Yes? Maybe? No, honestly, when they announced that I was hosting tonight, Neil very, very generously texted me immediately saying, wow, that's fantastic. I assume that's what WTF means, Neil, right? We've got an unbelievable show. Let's welcome our first presenters, Anna Gunn and Orlando Bloom.
Tonight's celebration of a year in live theatre honours the fine work which moved us to tears and laughter, warmed our hearts and touched our souls in a way no other art form can.
Our first award recognizes the 5 men nominated for Best Performance by an Actor in a Featured Role in a Play. The nominees are Reed Birney, Casa Valentina, Paul Shahidi, Twelfth Night, Stephen Fry, Twelfth Night, Mark Rylance, Twelfth Night, Brian J. Smith, The Glass Menagerie.
And the Tony Award goes to Mark Rylance, Twelfth Night.
Having won in 2008 for Boeing and 2011 for Jerusalem, tonight, Mark Rylance takes home his 3rd Tony Award. He's also nominated for Lead Actor in a Play.
Wow, I'm up first. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your generosity. We had such a ball playing Shakespeare here in this city, backstage and on stage too. I wanted to say a word about an actor called Sam Wanamaker, who was a New York actor who in the 1950s was blacklisted by Senator Joe McCarthy, and he and his wife Charlotte Wanamaker had to leave and go to London. And in 1969, Sam, who'd seen a model of the Globe in Chicago at the World Fair, was shocked to find there was no Globe Theatre in London, and he gave the last 25 years of his life cajoling, harassing, encouraging many people to come and help him rebuild the Globe, many of them Americans, benefactors, actors, scholars. And the work that you're celebrating tonight of Stephen's and Paul's and all the wonderful nominees you've made in our 2 productions, that we are children of Sam Wanamaker's vision. And I used to feel many times on stage when I was playing the Countess Olivia or Richard III, Sam standing next to me there saying back to this community, look what I went and showed them. I went and showed them how they could be truer to Shakespeare than they realized they could be. And that's something that you as Americans have given us. So thank you ever so much for this beautiful award.
Now, please welcome a versatile star of stage and screen, Emmy Rossum.
Our first nominee for Best Revival of a Musical is the epic saga of social injustice and the struggle for redemption and revolution in 19th century France. It follows an ex-convict after his release from prison. While trying to live an honest life, he's relentlessly pursued by a ruthless policeman, meets a broken-spirited woman, and finds his own life completely changed as a result of his promise to care for her daughter. Here is Tony nominee Ramin Karimloo as Jean Valjean and the company of Les Miserables.
One day more, another day, another destiny, this never-ending road to Calvary. These men who seem to know my crime will surely come a second time one day.
I did not live until today. How can I live when we are parted?
One day more.
Tomorrow you'll be worlds away. And yes, with you my world has started. One more day all on my own. Will we ever meet again? One more day with him not caring. I just want to be with you. What a life I might have known. And I swear I will be true. But he never saw me
One more day before the storm.
Do I follow where she goes?
At the barricades of freedom.
Shall I join my brothers there? Do I stay and do I
One day more, and we will nip it in the bud. We'll be ready for these schoolboys. They will wet themselves. One day more.
Watch your line up, catch them as they fall. Never know your luck when there's a free-for-all. Here a little dip, there a little touch. Most of them are daughters, so they won't miss much.
One day till a new beginning.
The flag of freedom high.
Every man will be a king.
Every man will be a king.
Raise a new glass for the winning. Do you hear the people sing?
My place is here. I fight with you. One day
Tomorrow is the judgment day. Tomorrow will discover what our dying heaven has in store. One more time, one more
The American Theater Wing's 68th Annual Tony Awards, presented by the Broadway League and the American Theater Wing. Coming up, Sting, Neil Patrick Harris, LL Cool J, and T.I. And a performance from Aladdin is next. The Tony Awards, only CBS. The 68th Annual Tony Awards are sponsored by Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo believes little by little we can do a lot. Together we'll go far.
We are a collection of smalls. A home saved, A hero homebound for a new opportunity. A kitchen that kickstarts careers. Wells Fargo invests in our communities a little differently, with small measures that add up to make our whole even greater. Little by little, we can do a lot, because small is huge. Visit wellsfargo.com to see how big small can be.
At PetSmart, we believe pets make us better people. They inspire us to remember things like life begins at 5:01 and when to choose our battles. For over 25 years, the pet-loving associates at PetSmart have helped you create more moments like these while giving back to the community, saving over 5 million lives, and bringing people and pets together. At PetSmart, we're in it to create more moments like these every day. PetSmart, inspired by pets.
The constipation and belly pain feel like a knot. How can I ease this pain?
When I can't go, it's like bricks piling up. I wish I could find some relief.
Ask your doctor about Linzess, a once-daily capsule for adults with IBS with constipation or chronic idiopathic constipation. Linzess is thought to help calm pain-sensing nerves and accelerate bowel movements. It helps you proactively manage your symptoms. Do not give Linzess to children under 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to 17. It may harm them. Don't take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Bottom line, ask your doctor about Linzess today.
Over time, you've come to realize it's less of a race and more of a journey. So carry on with an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Go long.
We're the names you know in the places you want to be, where you can explore super destinations and do everything under the sun. 12 brands, more hotels than anyone else in the world. Save up to 25% and earn bonus points when you book at WyndhamRewards.com.
Would you like her to rephrase the question?
Bien expected. Bleu de Chanel.
At Macy's.
Our farmers know the best juice stays true to the fruit. New Farmer's Pick by Welch's. Fresh pick taste, nothing artificial. Farmer's Pick by Welch's.
Follow me. You know that dream?
I need the rights to it. I'm against this person. You can't open that safe.
On my count. The one where you step up and save the day? Make it happen. Introducing Verizon XLTE.
Hey guys, I got it right here.
We've doubled our 4G LTE bandwidth in cities coast to coast. So take on more with XLTE. For best results, use Verizon.
People sometimes ask me if I like being the first Korean American rabbi. Are they Meshuggah? What's not to like?
This team is pure genius. Scorpion, CBS this fall.
Do something rash. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Hey, Jesse Mueller. Oh, Bryan Cranston. Hedwig and a gentleman's guide. Could go all the way. There's a big night still to come, babe. Now that Tony's packing down. Look out, the Tonys are back. We're back. The party's going on here. We're back live on the Tony Awards. Now, I've got a little shout out to give to Tori, our camera operator, the Steadicam operator who did that entire opening, that 4-minute opening while I was hopping. You know, hang on a sec. You know what they said about Ginger Rogers? She did everything Fred Astaire did, but backwards and in heels. Tori, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Seriously. 2-inch heels. I'm not joking. 2-inch heels. Unbelievable. And now please welcome an actor who appeared in Promises, Promises, Tony Goldwyn, and an actress who made her Broadway debut this year in Of Mice and Men, Leighton Meester.
Performing for audiences here in New York is always thrilling, especially when we see so many young people inspired by live theater and coming back again and again to be captivated by the magic.
The Broadway League noted that this season attracted the largest number of young adult theatergoers ever. Some of the brilliant women who no doubt moved them are the nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Featured Role in a Musical. Linda Eamon, Cabaret. Lena Hall, Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Anika Larson, Beautiful, the Carole King Musical. Adrienne Lennox, After Midnight. Lauren Worsham, A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
And the American Theater Wing's Tony goes to Lena Hall, Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Lena Hall wins her first Tony for her spectacular performance as Yitzhak in Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
The American Theater Wing, the Broadway League, and thank you to the Hedwig and the Angry Inch family. It's just such a big honor to be a part of the family from something that changed my life back in 1999. And thank you, Stephen Trask and John Cameron Mitchell, Michael Mayer. You're amazing. Neil Patrick Harris, I love you. The Velasco crew and Robin and Brett and Lisa. My mom, my dad, happy birthday. My sister, Callie, she did my hair. And my soon-to-be-born niece. I don't know what her name is yet, but she'll be born in October. My band, The Deafening, and Burt Rock, I love you so much. I had one thing to say. God, it's horribly written. Looking back on my journey up till now, I can see how every friend, colleague, family member, fan, and even acquaintance have shaped me into the person I am at this very moment. Without all of you, there would be no me. So I love you all of you, this whole Broadway community. I love you so much. The girls, the women in my category, you're amazing. And thank you so much. Friendship is magic. Thank you.
Please welcome an actress seen on Broadway in the Tony-winning production of God of Carnage, Lucy Liu.
Good evening. Disney Theatrical is celebrating its 20th amazing year with a big Broadway hit and 5 Tony nominations tonight, including Best Musical. Their new comedy features all of the characters from the animated film Aladdin, plus Academy Award-winning hits, songs written especially for Broadway, raucous comedy, and timeless romance. The thrilling spectacle brings to life a whole new world in a whole new way, with a magic carpet that leaves audiences speechless, and this number, which sends them to their feet in the middle of the show. Performing Friend Like Me, here are Tony nominee James Monroe Iglehart, Adam Jacobs, and the company of Aladdin.
Well, Alibaba had them 40 thieves, Sherazade had 1,000 tales. Well, master, you in luck, 'cause up your sleeve, you got a brand of magic never fails. You got some power in your corner now, some heavy ammunition in your camp. You got some punch, pizzazz, yahoo and how. See, all you gotta do is rub that lamp, and I'll say, Mr. Aladdin, sir, what will your pleasure be? Let me take your order, jot it down. You ain't never had a friend like me. Now, 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 have some of column A, try all of column B. I'm in the mood to help you do. You ain't never had a friend like me. No, I can tell it. Oh my, friends do this? No, really, can they? You're welcome. Get them, ladies. You ain't never had a friend like, never had a friend like, never had a friend like me. I'd like to bring the house down a little bit. Sing a few old classics, couple of favorites of mine for a new friend. Tale as old as time. Thank you very much. True as it can be, barely even friends. Beauty and the look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the genie who has everything? Can your friends do this? Can your friends do that? Can your friends do tap? Hey kids, can you tap dance? No. You can now. Get up with it. Come on. Give it to me. Ha. Here we go. Dance like you own the Tonys. Ha. Kick it in gear. Woo. All right. Yeah. Don't forget to smile, y'all. Can your friends do this? Can your friends do that? Can your friends go and get their little rip? Give me a doggy bag. I'm taking it home. Come on. Mr. Aladdin, the Herbalist. 1, 2, 3. On the job, you big neighbor. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. Never had a friend like me. Never had a friend like me. Woo!
Coming up, Clint Eastwood, Neil Patrick Harris, Sting, Jennifer Hudson, and a thrilling scene from Rocky. Plus, Idina Menzel performs next on the Tony Awards, only CBS.
In life, there are things you want to touch, and some you just don't. Introducing the Kohler Touchless Toilet. The no-touch flush for your home.
There's a saying around here, you stand behind what you say. Around here, you don't make excuses. You make commitments. And when you can't live up to them, you own up and make it right. Some people think the kind of accountability that thrives on so many streets in this country has gone missing in the places where it's needed most. But I know you'll still find it when you know where to look.
What do over 30 Tony Award winners have in common with pioneers in engineering and science? What do iconic artists have in common with thousands of innovative entrepreneurs? What do 19 Nobel Prize winners, driverless cars, and founders of artificial intelligence have to do with Juicy Couture? Their ideas all started at Carnegie Mellon University. Ideas that shape your world start here.
There's a gap out there. that's keeping you from the healthcare you deserve. At Humana, we believe if healthcare changes, if it becomes simpler, if frustration and paperwork decrease, if grandparents get to live at home instead of in a home, the gap begins to close. So let's simplify things. Let's close the gap between people and care.
Can I help you?
We just wanted to find out about your family plan.
Sure. You get 10 gigs of data to share with unlimited talk and text. And for a family of 4, that's $160 a month.
Sounds great.
Sounds like a slam dunk.
Oh, you a basketball fan?
Yeah, I played a little.
Me too. Lily Adams, point guard, high school, JV.
Grant Hill, small forward, college, and professional.
Oh, good for you.
Introducing our best ever family pricing. For instance, a family of 4 gets 10 gigs of data with unlimited talk and text for $160 a month, only from AT&T.
Benefiber is clear, taste-free, and dissolves completely. And unlike other fibers, you'll only know you're taking fiber by the way good digestive health makes you look and feel. Benefiber, clearly healthy.
Home sweet home just got a little sweeter. Dunkin' Donuts Bakery Series coffees with bakery fresh flavor dunked right in. Try blueberry muffin flavored coffee today. One taste and you'll understand. Pick some up where you buy groceries.
Next, a performance from Rocky when the Tony Awards continue on CBS.
Just get to the news. News lovers, we hear you. There's more real news every morning on CBS This Morning. New this fall, Laurie Metcalf stars.
Mom, just say it. Don't make me say it. Say it. You're my best friend.
Oh. The McCarthy's new comedy CBS this October. Scott Bakula.
We're gonna have some fun.
NCIS New Orleans, Tuesdays this fall.
One of the biggest government wastes News 4 has ever uncovered.
Somebody has figured out how to make a lot of money to do nothing.
$1 billion contract. For what?
We played Pictionary.
While other stations played catch-up, News 4 was alerting the nation.
We have asked them point blank about these claims.
Now Congress is looking for answers.
KMOV did a Freedom of Information request.
And we're still not done holding the government accountable.
News 4, always watching out for you.
You ready? Here.
Life is a series of moments. Big ones. Small ones. Life-changing moments. And the best moments are the ones you never planned. These are the moments we help make even sweeter. Blue Bunny. Real ice cream, real moments.
Happy 60th birthday, KMOV.
Went to Ryan Ronan, Beautiful, the Carole King musical.
It's a real honor to be able to work with some of the most popular music ever written by Carole King and her collaborators.
And the award for Best Sound Design of a Play went to Steve Canyon Kennedy, Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill.
The band, oh my God, the band and Audra, I mean, they're just so professional and just such a pleasure to work with.
Now, please welcome Tony nominee, Jonathan Groff.
This past year, I had the pleasure of working with a fantastic Tony-winning powerhouse who earned millions of new fans performing this year's Oscar-winning song and one of the biggest hits of the decade. She's back on Broadway in If Then, playing a woman who discovers a world of infinite possibilities and singing the wonderful music nominated tonight for Best Score. Now performing Always Starting Over from If Then, please welcome a Tony nominee tonight, the wickedly talented, one and only Idina Menzel.
So, hey, it's me. I've missed you. On that plane today, I started thinking about what my life would be if I had never met you. Thank Thank you for finding me, and thank you for the care. And screw you for making me think that this life might be fair. You promised to love me, a promise you kept, and I won't be sorry that you said to leap and I left. Say that it's fate, say it's foretold. I'm through with fighting and I'm much too old. What the gods have to give, I'll take and I'll live and be. New. All that has happened is happening now. All that might happen is here somehow. All of the choices that made me me. All of the accidents yet to be. All that's ahead and all that's behind. It's all in the moment I make up my mind and open my heart and start and start. 'Cause we're always starting over every life we're living. Yes, we're always just awake every step we take. And my love, our life is over, but love, I'll make you one last vow to start over and over and over somehow. My new life starts right.
I'm sorry. Idina Menzel, I'm sorry. Unbelievable, Idina. Crazy. Pink Cadillac, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Rawhide. More than just names of bars in the West Village. These... I live there, it's okay. These are also film and TV credits of our next presenter. He's a legend who is taking Jersey Boys from Broadway to the big screen. Please welcome Clint Eastwood.
Well, it seems like producers and directors from the stage and from the movies are always looking for good new material. And sometimes they don't find it, sometimes they have to take it from one another, as i.e. the movie, the Bridges of Madison County, or the Bullets Over Broadway going to become plays, and our musical plays. And I'm proud to say that we're bringing Jersey Boys to the movies. And that'll be after 9 years successfully on Broadway. And but anyway, I'll get down to the guys tonight. And they're guys, but they're, you know, what the hell. I have to read this because my memory is, well, there it is. Oh, I can read it there, yeah, okay. The best direction of a musical are Warren Carlyle for After Midnight, Michael Meyer for Hedwig and the Angry Itch, Lee Silverman for Violet. And Darko Trajanak for A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. And the Tony Award goes to Darko.
With his Broadway directorial debut, Darko Trajanak takes home his first Tony Award for his staging of A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
Thank you. Thank you. I would like to thank my artistic home, Hartford Stage. My husband, Josh. I love you. Robert and Steve and a beautiful cast headed by Jefferson Mays. And I should thank so many people, but most of all, my mom literally taught me how to jump out of airplanes. She fought during the Second World War. She was a skydiver in 1940s. She's 87 years old, and she's too frail to be here tonight, so I'm going to thank her. So, mama, volim te, hvala ti za sve što si mi dala. Volim te mnogo, drži se. Thank you very much.
So, and now the artists who combine the unique vision of the final production with the skill and confidence to encourage the actors to find their own way. And that is the directors and the best director of a play. The nominees are Tim Carroll for Twelfth Night, and Michael Grandage for the cripple of, I said Irishman first, but Isherman. Yeah. And Kenny Leon for Raisin in the Sun. And John Tiffany for The Glass Menagerie. The American Theater Wing Tony goes to, and you see I opened it up by accident early, but it's Kenny Leon.
Earns his first Tony Award for his staging of A Raisin in the Sun. He was also nominated in 2010 for Fences.
Yeah, bro, take this. Wow. Denzel, Denzel, Denzel. He's truly a theater inspiration, and I want to thank all the women of A Raisin in the Sun, LaTanya, Anika, Sophie. I love you to death. I love you, Jennifer. To my mother, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm looking for the day when every child in America can have a little piece of theater in their daily educational lives. To all the people in True Colors Theater in Atlanta who buy tickets to come see plays in Atlanta, to the folks that buy tickets and at Hartford Stage and theaters like Seattle Rep and the LA Theater Center, thank you for all the people that get on buses and planes and trains to come to Broadway to see our work. I thank you, and we do it for you. And please see the next exciting musical on Broadway. Holla if you hear me. Thank you.
An Oscar-nominated actor last seen on Broadway in The Mountaintop. Please welcome Samuel L. Jackson.
Good evening. This season, the Academy Award-winning film that inspired a generation of guys to take a chance in life and in love became a daring Broadway musical. It's the story of an underdog, a club fighter from the streets who finally gets his shot at the heavyweight championship. It's also a story for everyone who has worked up the courage to say, I love you. The thrilling cinematic match is played out live 8 times a week by Tony nominee Andy Carl and the company of Rocky.
To stay on their feet and keep on fighting. Apollo Creed is bleeding from the mouth, while Balboa is clearly having difficulty seeing through his swollen eyes.
The champ, Jimmy, seems to be protecting his right side, where his ribs may have been broken in that brutal 14th round. He takes a left to the jaw, now the two are really going at it. Standing toe-to-toe and exchanging punch after punch.
Only seconds left to go in this championship bout. And now Balboa is taunting the champion, daring him to take his best shot.
A barrage of lefts and rights from a power that would have knocked out anyone else but Rocky. Continues to shake them off and battle back. Challenging the champs, punches blow for blow. I've never seen anything like it.
Nobody has. It's over. The fight is over. Adrian!
Ethan Hawke is just one of the stars getting ready to present. For photos of behind-the-scenes excitement, go to facebook.com/the Tony Awards. Next, Alan Cumming and the company of Cabaret perform on the Tony Awards, only CBS.
This is Mary, a woman who loves to share her passions. Mary has atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. That puts her at a greater risk of stroke.
Rome? Sure.
Before Xarelto, Mary took warfarin, which required monthly trips to get her blood tested. But that's history.
Back to the museum? Not this time.
Now that her doctor switched her to once-a-day Xarelto, Mary can leave those monthly trips behind.
Domestic flight?
Not today.
Like warfarin, Xarelto was proven effective to reduce AFib-related stroke risk. But Xarelto is the first and only once-a-day prescription blood thinner for patients with AFib not caused by a heart valve problem that doesn't require regular blood monitoring. So Mary is free of that monitoring routine. For patients currently well managed on warfarin, there is limited information on how Xarelto and warfarin compare in reducing the risk of stroke. Xarelto is just 1 pill a day taken with the evening meal.
Spinach? Grazie.
Plus, with no known dietary restrictions, Mary can eat the healthy food she likes. Don't stop taking Xarelto Rivaroxaban unless your doctor tells you to. While taking Xarelto, you may bruise more easily, and it may take longer for bleeding to stop. Xarelto may increase your risk of bleeding if you take certain medicines. Xarelto can cause serious bleeding, and in rare cases may be fatal. Get help right away if you develop unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling. If you have had spinal anesthesia while on Xarelto, watch for back pain or any nerve or muscle-related signs or symptoms. Do not take Xarelto if you have an artificial heart valve or abnormal bleeding. Tell your doctor before all planned medical or dental procedures. Before starting Xarelto, tell your doctor about any conditions, such as kidney, liver, or bleeding problems. Switching to Xarelto was the right move for Mary. Ask your doctor about once-a-day Xarelto. No regular blood monitoring, no known dietary restrictions. For information and savings options, download the Xarelto Patient Center app, call 1-888-XARELTO, or visit GoXarelto.com.
There is one thing I can't live without. It's you.
Talking to the European Journal of Obstetrics.
It doesn't sound like a job interview. How much?
I'm not going to take your money.
You took masters.
Dennis, what the hell?
I'm assuming it's not an accident. A meeting in a hotel.
Masters of Sex, season premiere Sunday, July 13th at 10. Only on Showtime and Showtime Anytime.
Hammer that in.
Okay.
Nice. Wrench. What?
Affleck.
So this is who you brought to help us out.
Oh, yeah, he's the best.
He doesn't look like he's seen a tool in his life.
Oh, he doesn't know anything about tools. But when I broke my arm, he lent a hand. He paid my claim in just 4 days.
4 days? Wow.
Find out how fast Aflac can pay you at Aflac.com.
Better.
Okay, movie night. Everyone wins.
How do I win?
Because we're streaming the movie that you love.
Well, how do I win?
Because we ordered that weird thing that you love from the pizza place.
And how do you win, Dad?
Because I use a Citi Thank You card and got 2 times the points on all of this. Well, and spending time with you guys, of course.
That was a better answer.
The Citi Thank You Preferred Card. Earn 2 times the thank you points on entertainment and dining out, all with no annual fee. To apply, go to Citi.com/thankyoucards.
My name is Walter O'Brien, and I'm a genius. I created a tactical team called Scorpion that's made up of the smartest people on the planet.
Oh, what are you doing? I got this.
Just not the most normal people on the planet.
We deal with everything from stolen nukes, missing kids. I need you and your team.
Gather your equipment.
I'm hacking into airport security.
I'm not comfortable with you hacking into this airport.
Then don't make it so easy. This season saw some incredibly moving performances, which is what made it so exciting for both of us to make our Broadway debuts. In fact, Fran, I understand that they offered you the biggest speaking role, but the smallest singing parts.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I have no idea.
Well, now the nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Featured Role in a Musical are Danny Burstein, Cabaret; Nick Cordero, Bullets Over Broadway; James Monroe, Iglehart;
from Aladdin,
Joshua Henry, Violet.
Keep going, keep going.
Keep going. We did that one already because you went too far and now we passed it. Okay, James Monroe, Iglehart, Aladdin. Jarrett Spector, Beautiful, the Carole King musical.
And the Tony Award goes to James Monroe, Iglehart from Aladdin.
James Monroe Iglehart takes home his first Tony for his hilarious performance as the magical genie in Aladdin.
Okay, all right. I gotta thank God, because I just have to, because I prayed for this when I was 17 years old. I have to thank my wonderful wife. She is my foundation. She is my everything. All right, now that I've done that, let me see, Mom and Dad and my brother Jason. Cool, now on to business. I want to thank Disney. I love you. I've wanted to work for you since I was 10 years old. I want to thank Thomas Schumacher. I want to thank Casey Nicola. I want to thank the late, great Howard Ashman for envisioning the genie like this. I want to thank Alan Menken. I want to thank Liz Kaplan for saving my voice when everybody was getting sick.
I also, I want to thank Robin Tribuzzi for teaching me how to tap dance, Celestine Rainey House for keeping me in college, and I know that this is supposed to be the most dignified, you know, award show of the season, but I have to do this. This is a praise shout. Hey!
Oscar-nominated actress who will make her Broadway debut this fall in The Real Thing, Maggie Gyllenhaal.
16 years ago, the Tony for Best Revival of a Musical went to a stunning reimagining of Cabaret, which went on to become the third longest-running revival in Broadway history. A remounting of that marvelous production is back this season, along with its fetching Tony-winning star. Now, reprising his iconic role of the Kit Kat Club MC, here's Alan Cumming and the company of Cabaret.
Welcome, bienvenue, welcome. Fremder, étranger, stranger. Glücklich zu sehen, je suis enchanté. Happy to see you, bleibe, reste, stay. Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome. Im Cabaret, au Cabaret, to Cabaret. Leave your troubles outside. So, life is disappointing. Forget it. We have no troubles here. Here, life is beautiful. The girls are beautiful. Even the orchestra is beautiful. Delicious. Bleibe, reste, stay. Wir sagen willkommen, bienvenue. Welcome, hello, boys. Fremder, étranger. Happy to see you. Bleibe,
Getting ready to take the stage, Ethan Hawke, Bradley Cooper, and more from Hugh Jackman. Plus, the company of A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder performs next on the Tony Awards. Only CBS.
Carolers. This better be good.
Sleeping off late nights, poolside cabanas. Cabanas. Full bottle service. We brought our own piano. Pianos. Hot tubs. Salt scrubs. Bikinis. Bling bling. It's rain season. The season of pleasing me. All me. Just for me.
Your treatment plan should focus on keeping your body strong so you can fight your cancer without ever missing a beat. That's the power of integrative therapies. The evolution of cancer care is here. Learn more at cancercenter.com. Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Energizer protects your devices from damaging leaks.
We asked people a question. How much money do you think you'll need when you retire? Then we gave each person a ribbon to show how many years that amount might last.
I was trying to pull it a little further.
Got me to 70 years old. I'm gonna have to rethink this thing.
It's hard to imagine how much we'll need for a retirement that could last 30 years or more. So maybe we need to approach things differently if we want to be ready for a longer retirement.
Hey, it's Barrett Foe here from NCIS Los Angeles. We've got Neil Patrick Harris coming right up. Hedvig, only CBS.
Father's Day. It's a great holiday that's tough to shop for.
Monday, we've got great gifts plus CeeLo, the top on CBS.
Charleston has a new lawyer, and she's kicking up more than her heels.
You want to play dirty? That's fine. You're playing with the best.
Reckless premieres Sunday, June 29th.
Téa Leoni is Madam Secretary. CBS Sundays this fall.
We replaced Tara's smartphone with a smartphone from Straight Talk Wireless. She'll get the same great nationwide coverage at half the cost. Let's see if she notices. The boys sure did. She saved $950. That's enough to rent a sick monster truck.
Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
Who's your mommy now? The world needs more Straight Talk. Same phones, same networks, half the cost. Get an LG Optimus Dynamic. Unlimited everything, just $45 a month. Only at Walmart.
The U.S. Bank Broadway series at the Fabulous Fox presents a season of Broadway's best. You'll have the time of your life at Dirty Dancing. And Best Musical, Kinky Boots, makes its Fox debut. Make it a holiday to remember with A Christmas Story. Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella is pure magic. Motown the Musical brings an iconic American story to the stage. And The Phantom of the Opera comes to the Fox with a spectacular new production. Season tickets are now on sale at the Fox box office or fabulousfox.com. Don't miss Broadway's best at the Fox.
I love a gourmet cheeseburger as much as anybody, and that's why we created the Pub Burger at Culver's.
My favorite cheeseburger starts with great beef. When you get that burger in your hand and the juices are flowing, you want to devour it.
Chef, we're going to make a pepper grinder Pub Burger.
I'm stoked, man.
We got a little Wisconsin Swiss and Wisconsin cheddar.
Those are the criteria for me. Fresh beef, bacon, Wisconsin cheese.
The 4 peppercorn mayo really sets this burger apart.
This is an ultimate bacon cheeseburger.
Our new pepper grinder Pub Burger. Welcome to Delicious.
Happy 60th birthday, KMOV. Here's to 60 more years.
To the Tony Awards. Earlier, the award for Best Scenic Design of a Musical went to Christopher Barreca, Rocky.
Thanks to the fearless cast and creative team. Can't wait to get back in the room with you guys.
And the award for Best Scenic Design of a Play went to Beowulf Borit, Act 1.
This is for my grandmother. She was a set designer when she was at Wellesley in the 30s, and she taught me how to make things beautiful.
Broadway is very, very good for the local economy. Thanks to Alan Cumming and Cabaret, sales of nipple glitter are skyrocketing, ladies and gentlemen. But man, does it chafe. It's brutal. Please welcome an actress who started on Broadway as an understudy and has since gone on to stardom in film and on television, Vera Farmiga, along with 3-time Tony nominee Ethan Hawke.
It was great to be back on Broadway this season and to be inspired by the riveting and diverse roles inhabited by some of the most dedicated women in our acting community.
The challenging work of 5 extraordinary women has been recognized with nominations for Best Performance by an Actress in a Featured Role in a Play. Sarah Green, The Cripple of Inishmaan. Celia Keenan Bolger, The Glass Menagerie. Sophie Okonedo, A Raisin in the Sun. Anika Noni Rose, A Raisin in the Sun. Mare Winningham, Casa Valentina.
And the American Theater Wing's Tony goes to Sophie Okonedo, A Raisin in the Sun.
In her Broadway debut, Sophie Okonedo wins the Tony Award for her outstanding performance as Ruth Younger in A Raisin in the Sun.
Blimey. Oh, thank you so much. This is really extraordinary. I am loving it here in New York. I am loving it on Broadway. It's beyond anything I could have imagined. There is such a generosity of spirit from the community here, and I feel very welcome, so thank you for that. Thank you for giving me this Tony. I share this with my cast, Anika, Latanya, Denzel, Bryce, all of them. I share it with you because I work with proper actors, and they hold and carry me and love me on stage every night. Thank you to Lorraine Hannesbury for your beautiful words. Your words heal me 8 shows a week, and hopefully that goes into the audience too. Thank you for Kenny Leon for your wonderful direction. And thank you to Scott Rudin, who brought me over here and somehow had the vision that a Jewish Nigerian Brit could come over the pond and play one of America's most iconic parts. Kev, Mum, Aoife, Lenny, I love you very much. Thank you.
Nominated tonight for playing 8 hilarious characters in A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder, please welcome Jefferson Mays.
I am proud to stand among the dull-witted of Broadway. I mean, just to look at your needy, desperate faces makes me want to spread my largesse. Oh, I say, what do you think you're doing? Yes, well, I'm here to introduce a number from this smart and hilarious new musical about a charming chap who's killing all his relatives so that he can inherit a magnificent fortune. Oh, I say there. In this scene, Monte Navarro's enjoying a tryst with his very married mistress, Sibella, when the virtuous Phoebe arrives quite unexpectedly with the answer to a question Monte has yet to pose. I give you Best Musical nominee, A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
Who could that be?
I haven't the foggiest. Quick, go into the bedroom. Shut the door.
Yes.
Be very still.
I decided to marry you. I decided to marry you. I decided though Henry's gone that life goes on for me. I have thoroughly thought it through, and the man that I want is you. Though it's true that I'm quite a few who strongly disagree. Nonetheless, I will marry you. I confess that I'm frightened too, but unless I am wrong, you long for love as much as I. This is quite a conventional, I admit, but why should that matter a whit? And if you do not say yes at once, I think I'll die.
Miss Nicewith, you've rendered me speechless. May I call you Phoebe?
What am I doing here? This could be dangerous if I'm discovered. Imagine the scandal, and I couldn't handle a scandal so visible. I'll stay invisible, still as can be. But what's going on in there? I can hear voices, I recognize Monty, but is that a woman? And if that's a woman, then what is she doing here? Is it the cousin I wish I could see? If it's that cousin, it might just be business. It's family business, and none of my business. But why is she here in the home of a bachelor? Of course, one could point out that I'm here as well, but does she not realize this situation puts her reputation severely in question? The mere suggestion could cause a sensation, and I cannot hear, which is hell. Oh, not to marry you. I could go home. I'll be scorned if I marry you. I should go. Still, I decided to live my life and be a wife again. Who believe how my life is turned? I should be off. After grieving my quick living makes me laugh. There is nothing can then the will like half the stealing man. And there's goodness to spare in you. Isn't this fun? And the gentleness there in you. Isn't she done? You've taken a wounded bird and taught her how to fly. This is quite unconventional, is it not? Rather a turn in the plot, and so will I be your fiancé. Why don't you send the cow away?
Darling.
When I call this day, I think I'll cry.
Go!
What was that?
What was what?
That sound. Is there someone here?
Oh, pay no attention. That's my new manservant. He's just finding his way around. I'll be with you in a moment. Wadsworth! Isn't this madness? Who could foresee how one trick of timing could ruin it all? One in the parlor, one in the bedroom, nothing between them but me and a wall. Look at Phoebe, noble and pious, my esteem for only grows. But when I am with Phoebe, I am on fire, thinking of Sibella, full of desire, passion, and dare I say it, love. But when I'm with Sibella, whom do I admire? None but Phoebe, perfect and lovely. Who couldn't love her, heaven knows. Round and round and round it goes. How happy I'd be to be at your disposal. My darling, of course I accept your proposal.
Now we shall kiss.
That would be bliss.
Darling, but first I'll say this. I've decided to marry you.
Phoebe.
I've decided to marry you. Today, to win the trump, I bring forward for and set me free.
And there's Sibella. Yes, I'd be honored to marry you.
Monty, look what you've done to me.
Bestowment. Yes, Wadsworth, I told you. Be just a moment.
Now, Monty, dear, I think I now should go. Oh. But I still want to marry you.
Even so.
I decided to marry you. Just go.
Now I'm longing to marry you. Hello. Yes, I'm delighted to marry you, marry you, marry you. Yes, you must go.
A song from Hugh Jackman, presentations from Bradley Cooper and more. Plus, Neil Patrick Harris performs next on the Tony Awards. Only CBS.
There's a saying around here. You stand behind what you say. Around here, you don't make excuses. You make commitments. And when you can't live up to them, you own up and make it right. Some people think the kind of accountability that thrives on so many streets in this country has gone missing in the places where it's needed most. But I know you'll still find it when you know where to look.
Number one of my 20 is for acne. You know, chin acne. Not to brag, but I have the chin of a teenager. All right.
There you go.
Dingus for everyone! When I get hangry, anything within arm's reach can be part of my number 20.
This is potpourri.
The new Amex Everyday Credit Card with no annual fee.
Not food.
Make 20 or more purchases in a monthly billing period and earn 20% more rewards.
And a coat.
It's membership that rewards you for the things you already buy every day. What's your 20?
Pets make us better people. They inspire us to open our hearts to an unexpected friend. At PetSmart, we're in it to create more moments like this every day. PetSmart, inspired by pets.
Would you like her to rephrase the question?
Bien expected. Bleu de Chanel.
At Macy's. It's Straight Talk Wireless, which means you get unlimited talk, text, and data for only $45 a month. No contracts, no surprises.
What about hidden fees?
Nope. What about funny business? No.
Bamboozling?
What is bamboozling?
It's like malarkey.
No.
Good.
Come to the World Needs More Straight Talk event at Walmart. Get America's largest and most dependable 4G LTE networks for half the cost. And for a limited time, get a $25 gift card when you buy a Samsung Galaxy Centura. Straight Talk Wireless, only at Walmart.
When Jake and I first set out on our own, we ate anything. But in time, you realize the better you eat, the better you feel. These days, we both eat smarter, and I give Jake Purina Cat Chow Naturals. Made with real chicken and salmon, it's high in protein, like a cat's natural diet, and no added artificial flavors. We've come a long way, and whatever's ahead, we'll be there for each other, naturally. Purina Cat Chow Naturals.
In the daytime, girl, I want
the smooth and creamy taste your whole family loves. It is so good all of the time.
Studies prove that fruits and vegetables are kept at their peak by freezing, because freezing is nature's pause button. But do you know what else it keeps at their peak? The just crafted, just baked meals you'll find in your freezer aisle. Take a fresh look at Frozen. It's how delicious stays delicious. Frozen, how fresh stays fresh. Hungry for more? Go to howfreshstaysfresh.com.
Up next, Neil Patrick Harris performs in Hedwig and the Angry Inch when the Tony Awards continue on CBS.
The show that captivated millions last summer returns.
I was petrified.
I think the dome's trying to tell us something.
Under the Dome premieres CBS Monday, June 30th.
Will Arnett, Margot Martindale, and Beau Bridges, The Millers, at a special time, CBS Thursday.
Call AAA Home Services for heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, and appliance and services replacement. Right now, get up to an $1,800 rebate on American Standard systems. AAA Home Services.
Customer satisfaction is priority one.
To make the boulevards, the avenues, the concrete, chaos, and congestion we call civilization easier to navigate, we made the all-new Jeep Cherokee with blind spot monitoring, forward collision, and lane departure warning. Because even a restless mind needs peace of mind.
Well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2014 Jeep Cherokee Sport front-wheel drive for $199 a month.
KMOV's 60th anniversary. From our greatest triumphs to the tragedies that bind us all together. We've been with you every step of the way. Join us this summer as we celebrate 60 years of KMOV serving St. Louis.
I love a gourmet cheeseburger as much as anybody, and that's why we created the Pub Burger at Culver's.
My favorite cheeseburger starts with great beef. When you get that burger in your hand and the juices are flowing, you want to devour it.
Chef, we're going to make a pepper grinder Pub Burger.
I'm stoked, man.
We got a little Wisconsin Swiss and Wisconsin cheddar.
Those are the criteria for me. Fresh beef, bacon, Wisconsin cheese.
The 4 peppercorn mayo really sets this burger apart.
This is an ultimate bacon cheeseburger.
Our new pepper grinder Pub Burger. Welcome to Delicious.
60 never looked so good.
Happy anniversary.
Welcome back to the Tony Awards. There are 5 incredible actresses nominated for their performances in leading roles in plays. Let me tell you a little bit about them. Hi, ladies. T is Tyne, her talent casts a spell. O is Oscar's only gal, Estelle. N, a nomination for the Mum in Raisin. Y is yay for Cherry. Era's doubt tonight could be 3. S is 6, which would make Audra's day. Who knows what the envelope will say? Here's a trophy for you. Let's find out who Tony goes to. Oh, best lead actress in a play. Oh, I haven't done that one. A play! Worth it. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Theatre Wing's Tony Award goes to Audra McDonald. Lady Day at Everton Barrington.
Taking home her 6th Tony Award for acting tonight, the legendary Audra McDonald makes Tony history.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to start with the most important people in my life because I don't want to forget them. I want to thank my mom and my dad up in heaven for disobeying the doctor's orders and not medicating their hyperactive girl and finding out what she was into instead and pushing her into the theater. Thank you, Mom. I want to thank my husband, Will Swinson, who's my best friend and the best supporter I've ever known. I want to thank my beautiful stepsons, Bridger and Sawyer, who make me laugh every day. And I want to thank my beautiful daughter, Zoe Madeline Donovan. Without you, I am nothing. Do you understand? Mommy is nothing without you. I want to thank the theater wing. I want to thank Lainey Robertson for writing this exquisite play. I want to thank Lonnie Price, another one of my best friends, for chasing me and saying, you can play Billie Holiday, when I thought he was out of his mind. I love you. I want to thank Jeffrey Richards and Jerry Frankel and Jessica Jenick, who took this show sight unseen and said, yes, we'll bring this to Broadway. Thank you, Paul Libben, for giving us Circle in the Square. Thank you for everybody at Circle in the Square. You're the best crew ever. And finally, I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, I hope I'm not, but I want to thank all the shoulders of the strong and brave and courageous women that I'm standing on. I am standing on Lena Horne's shoulders. I'm standing on Maya Angelou's shoulders. I'm standing on Diane Carroll and Ruby Dee. And most of all, Billie Holiday. You deserved so much more than you were given when you were on this planet. This is for you, Billie. Thank you so much.
Returning to Broadway this fall in The Elephant Man, please welcome Bradley Cooper, Patricia Clarkson, and Alessandro Nivola.
Whether we're on a Broadway stage or anywhere, people enjoy live theater. Performers thrive on the active participation of the audience.
There's a unique connection that happens only once as we share the same space, breathe the same air, live the same moment.
These 5 remarkable, fabulous artists not only enjoyed the privilege of that connection, they're also nominated tonight for Best Performance by an actor in a leading role in a play. The nominees are Samuel Barnett, Twelfth Night. Bryan Cranston, All the Way. Chris O'Dowd of Mice and Men. Mark Rylance, Richard III. Tony Shalhoub, Act One.
And the Tony Award goes to Bryan Cranston, All the Way.
With his Broadway debut, Bryan Cranston wins the Tony Award for his impassioned portrayal of President Lyndon Baines Johnson in All the Way.
Goodness. Oh, dear Lord. My first Broadway play was in 1977. I snuck into the second act of Hair. And to this day, I still haven't seen the first act. But they tell me the second act was better because there was more nudity. So I feel blessed. To all the fellow actors in this category, I am deeply honored to be in your company. Oh boy. Thank you so much for this. There's so many people I'd love to thank. First of all, this entire cast and crew of All the Way. Thank you so much, this great, talented group of actors that I have the joy of performing with every night. Thank you also to Tim Greer, who ties my ties, and Mikey Garner, who protects me, and there's so many people. Georgette and Bill Timoney, thank you so much for keeping me buoyant. Thank you to oh Lordy. Thank you for all our producers, Jeffrey Richards and Louise Gund, and all the support from there. Thank you so much to my beautiful wife and daughter. Thank you for your love and support. My agency at UTA, thank you for finding this beautiful script, all of you guys. Bill Rausch, you deserve part of this. You're a genius in directing. And thank you to Robert Schenken for writing this beautiful, important play. God bless you all. Thank you so much, and good night.
Please welcome actor and entertainer, RuPaul.
Our next nominee for Best Revival in a Musical is an electrifying celebration of the decadence of the 70s glam rock. Hedwig is a transgendered, internationally ignored song stylist from East Berlin, whose failed sex change operation left her with an angry inch. It's also a universal story of love and acceptance. Here's Tony nominee Neil Patrick Harris and Tony winner Lena Hall and the company of Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
I've got a sweet tooth for licorice drops and jelly roll. Hey, sugar daddy, Hansel needs some sugar in his bowl. I'll lay out fine china on the linen and polish up the chrome. If you got some sugar for me, sugar daddy, bring it home. Blackstrap molasses, you're my orange blossom honey bear. Sugar daddy, bring me Versace blue jeans, black designer underwear. Sugar daddy, let's dress up like the disco dancing jet set in my line and roll. And if you got some sugar for me, sugar daddy, bring it home. Oh, the thrill of control, like the rush of rock and roll. It's the sweetest taste I've known. Oh yeah, if you should, I'd bring it home. Honeybees go shopping. It's something to be seen. Sugar daddy, watch this. Liquor daddy, I made it myself. Like it? Oh, you want a closer look? Scoot over. And every gift you bring me gets me dripping like a honeycomb. If you got some sugar for me, sugar daddy, bring it home. It's called a car wash. I'm blooming. Oh, the thrill of control, like the blitzkrieg on the road. It's the sweetest taste I've known. Oh yeah, if you got some sugar, bring it home. Oh yeah, come on, sugar daddy, bring it home. Whiskey and French cigarettes, a motorbike, a high-speed jet, a water pick, a Cuisinart, and a hypoallergenic dog. Oh, I want all the luxuries of a modern age. Every item on every page in the Lillian Vernon catalog.
Oh, baby, something crossed my mind. And I was thinking you look so fine in a velvet dress with heels and an ermine stole.
Luther, darling, heaven knows I've never put on women's clothes, except for once my mother's camisole. Think only a woman can truly love a man. You buy me the dress, I'll be more woman than a man like you can stand. I'll be your Venus on a chocolate clamshell ride, and I'll see a marshmallow fall. If you got some sugar for me, sugar daddy, bring it home.
Coming up, Alan Cumming, Kenneth Branagh, LL Cool J, T.I. and Sting. Plus, check out what's happening backstage at facebook.com/CBS. The cast of Violet performs next on the Tony Awards. Only CBS.
Welcome to the family, Dad.
I've been hearing good things about Sprint's new network.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Fewer drop calls, better call quality.
It's fast, right?
Ils ont un tout nouveau réseau LTE avec un spectre tri-bande.
You can also text.
Yes, you can also text.
It's Trey Good.
Okay, I don't know where to go with that.
Join America's newest network, now with faster speeds, fewer drop calls, and better call quality. And for a limited time, get a switching bonus worth up to $650. Happy connecting from Sprint.
In the south of France, her restaurant was the creme de la creme.
Cuisine is not an old marriage. It is a passionate affair.
Until some unexpected visitors
I want to buy this restaurant.
arrived with a few recipes of their own.
There is already a restaurant.
Just across the street, 100 feet. Papa, the French don't eat Indian food.
They have never tried. Now they shall.
From producers Steven Spielberg and Oprah Winfrey.
I heard that isn't so happy to have competition.
Oh, she's not happy no matter what.
If your food is like your music, I suggest you turn it down.
I will turn the music down, but I will turn the heat up.
On August 8th,
You don't know when enough is enough.
Always up there like a queen.
You flatter me.
Academy Award winner Helen Mirren.
I cannot look. It has to come down.
What is on the menu?
The dish is called revenge.
The 100-foot journey.
Is it a wedding party over there? A funeral. The death of good taste.
Directed by Lasse Hallström. Rated PG.
Sweets become salaries. An oven heats up a community. La Cocina, a small kitchen that kickstarts the careers of 41 entrepreneurs. They bring the talent, we help fund the tools. It's a small way we help that's been huge for the community. Little by little, we can do a lot, because small is huge. Visit wellsfargo.com to see how big small can be.
Each year, 95% of homeowners won't have a claim. That's why Allstate Claim-Free Rewards gives you money back for every year you don't have one. And why, if you're part of the other 5%, Allstate offers Claim Rate Guard, so your rates won't go up just because of a claim. No matter what comes your way, your home protects you. Protect it back. Allstate Home Insurance. From an Allstate agent.
In life, there are things you want to touch, and some you just don't. Introducing the Kohler Touchless Toilet. The no-touch flush for your home.
In a city of a million crimes, Sherlock Holmes
What's he doing?
is one of a kind.
He has a process.
Elementary, CBS Thursday.
Monday.
How you doing?
Dave's all new with Kelsey Grammer, music from Willie Nelson. Plus, later this week, catch Christopher Walken and Dave Chappelle.
Welcome back. You just saw a performance from the cast of Hedwig and the Angry Inch, or as we call that in Australia, Hedwig and the Angry 2.54 centimetres. Come on, America, the metric system, embrace it. It's so much easier, let me tell you. Come on, our next presenter is a Tony Award-winning actor and an author. He has an album. He starred in movies. He is on a hit TV series. But of all the things he's achieved, the most impressive to me is the fact that his dressing room is sponsored by a liquor company. Yes, we have just granted him citizenship in Australia. We saw him earlier tonight in an amazing number from Cabaret. Please welcome back, Alan Cumming.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here tonight to add my compliments to the American Theatre Wing, which has done so much to advance the medium of theatre in all our lives for the past 97 years. 97 years. That's like Betty White old. And like Betty, the Wing does it all. It nurtures talent, produces engaging media programs, and showcases them for free on its website. Check it out. It supports emerging creators of theatre, sponsors young careers, and for college actors, it offers a boot camp. And that's actually funny, because I know lots of camp actors I'd love to offer the boot to. And of course, the Wing created that most coveted of theatrical honours, the Tony Award, which brings us all together each year to celebrate spectacular theatrical achievement and to get really messy at the after-parties if we don't win. Oh, you think I'm kidding? But seriously, thank you, American Theatre Wing. What you do is essential to what so many of us in this room have dedicated our lives to, making and sharing and witnessing great theatre.
Please welcome an Oscar-nominated actor, writer, and director, Kenneth Branagh.
The plays nominated tonight are stunning examples of the mastery of the playwright and the power of words to ignite passion for new ideas. They include the work of Oscar, Pulitzer Prize, and multiple Tony-winning authors. Remarkable talents indeed. So who better to tell you about this year's Best Play nominees than the playwrights? First, the author of Act One, James Lapine.
Thank you. In 1959, playwright Moss Hart published his memoir, Act One. And for generations, his story has inspired young readers to pursue a life in the theater. And for those of us who read it later in life, it's reminded us of our youthful sense of accomplishment, that we could do anything. And perhaps that's why we were crazy enough to adapt Act One as a stage play. Thank you.
Next, the author of All the Way, Robert Schenken.
November 1963. An assassin's bullet catapults Lyndon Baines Johnson into the White House, and the conflicted, charismatic Texan sets his sights on a seemingly impossible task, passing a civil rights bill. In this private moment with the audience, LBJ tells us what he's up against.
This ain't about the Constitution. This is about those who got more, wanting to hang on to what they got, at the expense of those who got nothing, and feel good about it.
Next, the author of Casa Valentina, Harvey Fierstein.
In 1962, most folks drove 3 hours to the Catskills to escape the summer heat. But the gentlemen of Casa Valentina were looking to escape something else entirely, being men. Inspired by actual events, this deeply human comedy offers a unique glimpse into the lives of some unforgettable characters, struggling to preserve the acceptance, dignity, and joy they forged for themselves in their own Garden of Eden.
Women have fashion, bubble baths, daytime dramas, bridge clubs, and weddings. What do men get? Work, war, and oil changes. It's the curse of the Y chromosome, and it's punishable by dearth. A male would have to be certifiable not to want to be female, at least part-time.
Next, the author of Mothers and Sons, Terence McNally.
I write plays about family and relationships. No relationship is more primal than a mother and son. Mothers and Sons is about how we love, misunderstand, and need one another. Against the backdrop of our ever-changing American landscape, the incomparable Tyne Daly plays a mother needing resolution to their relationship, but not knowing how to find it. Our audience tells us nightly at the Golden Theater they are hopeful she will.
He was barely 18 when he left Texas. That's too young to come to a city like New York.
As a young gay man, he didn't feel comfortable where he was.
Andre wasn't gay when he came to New York.
Finally, the author of Outside Mullingar, John Patrick Shanley.
Thanks, guys. I'm a playwright. Having survived to my 60th year, I found I wanted to express joy. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to name what is possible and beautiful about being alive. So I wrote about the Irish. I wrote about family. I wrote about love. The play is Outside Mullingar. Run the clip, boys.
I was thinking more somebody like you.
Me? Who's like me?
Well, you are. I was thinking maybe you might let him take a look at you.
Five distinctive voices, 5 compelling additions to the canon of American theater. And the Tony goes to All the Way.
Accepting the award for All the Way, author Robert Schenken and producer Jeffrey Richards.
Thank you for electing LBJ once again. With this award to All the Way, I want to thank the Oregon Shakespeare Festival and director Bill Rausch and Louise Gund, who joined me in this when my producing colleague Will Trice and I went to Oregon. We fell in love with this play, beautifully written by Robert Schenken. It then went to the American Repertory Theater under the guidance of Diane Paulus, where it found a home and where Bryan Cranston joined the company to tell this exciting tale of politics in 1964. Here is Robert Schenken.
Thank you. Man, it's a long time between drinks of water in this town, I gotta tell you. What a journey this has been. From the Oregon Shakespeare Festival to Boston American Repertory Theater and to Broadway. Special thanks to my producers here, my director, Bill Rausch, the finest director I have ever worked with, my dramaturg and friend of 20 years, Tom Bryant, and finally, of course, he who knocks, Bryan Cranston, in a tour de force performance, heading an extraordinary cast of 20 New York actors. What a thrill to bring this American story, our story, to the Broadway stage of passion, power, and politics. And this award tonight, as my mother would say, is the cherry on the Charlotte Russe. Thank you, New York. Sarah and Joshua, I love you. Thank you.
Now, an Emmy-winning performer who made his Broadway debut in the Tony-winning revival of Chicago, Wayne Brady.
Our next nominee for Best Revival of a Musical is set during the 1960s and tells the inspiring story of a young woman's quest for beauty. Facially scarred in a childhood accident, she's convinced that a televangelist can miraculously heal her. She sets off on the journey of a lifetime, forming unlikely friendships and learning about love, courage, and what it means to be an outsider. Nominated for their performances, here are Sutton Foster and Joshua Henry, and the cast of Roundabout Theater Company's production of Violet.
I'd like a pair of Gene Tierney eyes and Ava Gardner's eyebrows and anybody's cheekbones. Before another sunrise wakes me, before another night is gone, I'll find out where this highway takes me. You know I've gotta travel on. Left my troubles all behind me. Right there when I climbed on board. Jordan, here's where you'll find me. It's right to right. And as I'm going along,
when my thoughts are troubled and my spirits are low, when my urges to can and my sins amaze me, well, I can depend on you, my Lord, because I know
Do it.
you will.
See exclusive backstage action at CBS.com. Coming up, a 10th anniversary performance from Wicked. Plus, Zachary Quinto, Tina Fey, Jennifer Hudson, LL Cool J, T.I., and next, Sting. The Tony Awards, only CBS.
I've always tried to see things from the best angle I could. It's how I look at life. Especially now that I live with a higher risk of stroke due to AFib, a type of irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. I was taking warfarin, but wondered, could I focus on something better? My doctor told me about Eliquis for 3 important reasons. 1, in a clinical trial, Eliquis was proven to reduce the risk of stroke better than warfarin. 2, Eliquis had less major bleeding than warfarin. And 3, unlike warfarin, there's no routine blood testing.
Don't stop taking Eliquis unless your doctor tells you to, as stopping increases your risk of having a stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve or abnormal bleeding. While taking Eliquis, you may bruise more easily, and it may take longer than usual for any bleeding to stop. Seek immediate medical care for sudden signs of bleeding, like unusual bruising. Eliquis may increase your bleeding risk if you take certain medicines. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures.
Those 3 important reasons are why I'm shooting for something better. Eliquis.
Ask your doctor today if Eliquis is right for you.
You know, millions of people have saved with Progressive, so I get invited to quite a few family gatherings. Heck, I saved Judith here a fortune with discounts like Safe Driver, Multi-Car, Paperless. You make a mighty fine Mrs. M'Lady. I'm not saying Mark's thrifty. Let's just say I saved him $519, and it certainly didn't go toward that ring. Am I right? So visit Progressive.com today. I call this one the Robux.
We're the names you know in the places you want to be, where you can explore super destinations and do everything under the sun. 12 brands, more hotels than anyone else in the world. Save up to 25% and earn bonus points when you book at WyndhamRewards.com.
This is our last night together, so let's do something huge. I'll go, but one condition. No, give it. Are those eyes?
Critics are calling Earth to Echo a live-action WALL-E. Meets E.T.
Can I get you home, all right?
Meets Stand By Me.
Having a friend light years away taught us if you're best friends, then you always will be, no matter where you are in the universe.
It's unforgettable. Earth to Echo. Rated PG.
Hey, it's Barrett Foa here from NCIS LA. We've got a 10th anniversary performance of Wicked coming right up, only on CBS Tony Awards.
I saw something in space. It was real. I'm pregnant.
Mom's different now. Mom has to get used to being back home. Don't trust anyone.
You want me to bring her back in?
We'll find out what you know soon enough.
I put the family in the spaceship so they'd be safe. Safe from what? Extinction.
Our newest Secretary of State is unconventional.
I'm to be your stylist. I don't need a stylist. You don't have a choice in the matter.
I've never met a situation where I don't have a choice in the matter.
Unpredictable.
We need to review your statement. What if I'm grateful for the opportunity to expose the world's cultural differences?
That's really good. And unstoppable.
Should I write it down for you?
No, I'm the writer.
Just as long as our roles are clear.
Téa Leoni is Madam Secretary. Sundays this fall.
Dave's all new at Kelsey Grammer. Plus, music from Willie Nelson Monday.
Maurice Drummond's exclusive one-on-one with Willie McGee tonight on Sports Sunday.
Call AAA Home Services for heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, and appliance and services replacement. Right now, get up to an $1,800 rebate on American Standard systems. AAA Home Services.
Customer satisfaction is priority one.
KMOV is proud to once again sponsor
Shakespeare Festival St. Louis.
3 performances of Henry IV
and Henry V alternate nightly in Forest Park. One summer,
2 extraordinary plays.
For more information, call this number or go to KMOV.com.
Weather and traffic on the 4s, only on News 4 this morning.
It's great. You don't have to wait very long at all.
We're the only station with 2 sets of eyes in the sky, patrolling both sides of the river.
55 shut down and the spot 44 closed.
Plus the most experienced morning meteorologist in all of St. Louis, Kent Earhart.
Where we're seeing a circulation trying to develop.
One more? How about your new Forewarned Traffic Center?
2 westbound lanes now of 270 are open.
Getting you out the door on time and informed. Depend on News 4 this morning, always watching out for you. It's KMOV's 60 Days of Giveaways. Channel 4 is turning 60, and to celebrate, we're giving away 60 prizes in 60 days. Weekend getaways, concerts, shows, movies, gift cards, jewelry, and even home decor. We've got it all. Starting June 9th, watch News 4 this morning to see the daily prize. Then log on to KMOV.com to win. Help us celebrate 60 years on the air with 60 prizes in 60 days. Log on to KMOV.com for complete details. It's KMOV's 60 Days of Giveaways.
Welcome back to the Tony Awards. Earlier this evening, the award for Best Book of a Musical went to Robert L. Friedman for the book of A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
To anybody with a dream, don't give up. It can come true. It does come true.
And the award for Best Score went to The Bridges of Madison County, music and lyrics by Jason Robert Brown.
Thank you to all of the women who contributed so much to this season and to theater in general, and may you be well and better represented in future seasons.
Please welcome the international ambassadors of Viva Broadway, the team behind the Broadway-bound musical On Your Feet, Gloria and Emilio Estefan.
Thank you so much. Gloria are excited to be turning our lives into a musical.
Translation. Gloria and I are happy to be turning our life story into a musical.
How funny, Gloria.
This fall, a new musical coming to Broadway from a friend of ours, 16-time Grammy winner, Sting. Inspired by his childhood experiences, The Last Ship is a portrait of a community so bound by passion, faith, and tradition, they'll stop at nothing to preserve the only life they've ever known. Now, here's the composer, lyricist himself, featuring the Broadway inspirational voices with a performance of the title song of The Last Ship.
Please welcome Sting.
It's all there in the Gospels of Magdalene girl come
rose to pay her respects. But her mind is a whirl when she finds the tomb empty. The stone has been rolled, not a sign of a corpse. In the dark and the cold, when she reaches the door, sees an unholy sight. There's a solitary figure and a halo of light. He just carries on floating past Calvary Hill in an almighty hurry. Aye, but she might catch him still. Tell me, where are you going, Lord, and why in such haste? Now don't hinder me, woman. I've no time to waste, for they're launching a boat on the morrow at noon, and I have to be there before daybreak. Oh, I cannot be missing. The lads will expect me. Why else would the good Lord himself resurrect me? For nothing will stop me. I have to prevail through the teeth of this tempest, in the mouth of a gale. May the angels protect me if all else should fail. When the last ship sails, oh, the roar of the chains and the cracking of timbers, the noise at the end of the world in your ears, as a mountain of steel makes its way to the sea, and the last ship sails. And whatever you promised, whatever you've done, and whatever the station in life you become, in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, and no matter the weed of this life that you've spun, on the earth or in heaven or under the sun, when the last ship sails, oh, the roar of the chains and the cracking of timbers, the noise at the end of the world in your ears, as a mountain of steel makes its way to the sea, and the last ship sails.
Please welcome two fine actors who are both graduates of Carnegie Mellon University, Matt Bomer and Zachary Quinto.
Matt and I have actually been great friends for over 15 years, as evidenced by the fact that we're wearing matching glasses to read the teleprompter now. This year marks the 100th year of the Carnegie Mellon University School of Drama, which has produced hundreds of Tony nominees and 31 Tony winners. We're happy to be here tonight to announce the very first higher education partnership between Carnegie Mellon and the Tony Awards.
CMU and the Tony Awards are co-creating the first Tony Honor for Excellence in Theater Education, recognizing arts educators nationwide. You can nominate a teacher who made a difference to receive the award at next year's Tony telecast. For more information, go to cmu.edu or tonyawards.com.
Earlier tonight, several special Tonys and Creative Awards were presented.
Here are the winners.
A special Tony Award for Lifetime Achievement in the Theater was presented to costume designer Jane Greenwood.
This award represents my Act 1. I look forward with the same passion to Act 2.
The Isabel Stevenson Award for Humanitarian Efforts was presented to Rosie O'Donnell.
Hollywood was vague and an illusion, but Broadway was real and tangible. And I touched those people as I waited outside the stage door with a waxy playbill in my hand.
The Regional Theater Tony Award was presented to Signature Theater.
We have had the privilege to serve, honor, and nurture our playwrights in residence.
Please welcome two-time Tony nominee Patrick Wilson and two-time Tony winner Judith Light.
There's great news from our friends at the Broadway League. Broadway attendance is up, and we've just seen the highest grossing, best attended Memorial Day week in recorded history.
This season, theatergoers have experienced the wonder of being stimulated by Shakespeare, American classics, and a modern work. The four outstanding productions nominated tonight for Best Revival of a Play are The Cripple of Inishmaan, Glass Menagerie. A Raisin in the Sun. 12th Night.
And the American Theater Wing's Tony goes to A Raisin in the Sun.
Accepting the award for A Raisin in the Sun, director Kenny Leon.
Wow. Thank you. Hurry up, team. This is the most amazing cast in the world every night at the Barrymore because they sit on stage and they listen to each other. They listen to each other. We have one of the best producers in the business, Scott Rudin. Thank you, because he gives artists everything they need to succeed. Thank you, Scott. Denzel is our anchor, but LaTanya Richardson-Jackson is the glue. And I want to thank you, LaTanya, for stepping in and just delivering a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful performance. We thank the Lorraine Hansberry Estate, and we accept this on the behalf of Lorraine Hansberry and those like her, like James Baldwin, Langston Hughes, August Wilson, Lloyd Richards, and those that are still with us, like Sidney Poitier and Ruby Dee. We love you. Thank you.
When I hosted 10 years ago, one of the new musicals that everyone was talking about was the story of two young women, one blonde, one green. It became a cultural phenomenon, playing across America and around the world to more than 42 million people. It's still going strong here on Broadway, and the cast album has spent 439 weeks on the charts, thanks to songs like this. Performing for good, please welcome the current Broadway leads, Jenny Barber and Christine Dwyer, celebrating the 10th anniversary of Wicked.
You're the only friend I've ever had.
And I've had so many friends, but only one that mattered. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes a sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now, whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done. You blame Yes, we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Being pulled from orbit, from its mooring by a wind off, like a stream that meets a seed dropped by a bird in the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Carole King and a performance from Beautiful is up next. Plus, Tina Fey, LL Cool J, and T.I. Tony Awards, only CBS.
What do over 30 Tony Award winners have in common with pioneers in engineering and science? What do iconic artists have in common with thousands of innovative entrepreneurs? What do 19 Nobel Prize winners, driverless cars, and founders of artificial intelligence have to do with Juicy Couture? Their ideas all started at Carnegie Mellon University. Ideas that shape your world start here.
Before the Beatles and the Stones, one band took America by storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Four Seasons!
Discover the story
I never heard a voice like Frankie Valli's.
Behind the hits.
It was the beginning of the end.
From director Clint Eastwood. Jersey Boys, rated R, starts June 20th.
Type 2 diabetes affects millions of us, and for many, it's a struggle to keep your A1C down. So imagine, what if there was a new class of medicine that works differently to lower blood sugar? Imagine loving your numbers. Introducing Once Daily Invokana. It's the first of a new kind of prescription medicine that's used along with diet and exercise to lower blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes. Invokana is a once-daily pill that works around the clock to help lower A1C. Here's how. The kidneys allow sugar to be absorbed back into the body. Invokana reduces the amount of sugar allowed back in and sends some sugar out through the process of urination. And while it's not for weight loss, it may help you lose some weight. Invokana can cause important side effects, including dehydration, which may cause some people to have loss of body water and salt. This may also cause you to feel dizzy, faint, lightheaded, or weak, especially when you stand up. Other side effects may include kidney problems, genital yeast infections, urinary tract infections, changes in urination, high potassium in the blood, or increases in cholesterol. Do not take Invokana if you have severe kidney problems or are on dialysis, or if allergic to Invokana or its ingredients. Symptoms of allergic reaction may include rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. If you experience any of these symptoms, stop taking Invokana and call your doctor right away, or go to the nearest hospital. Tell your doctor about any medical conditions, medications you are taking, and if you have kidney or liver problems. Using Invokana with the sulfonylurea or insulin may increase risk of low blood sugar. It's time. Lower your blood sugar with Invokana. Imagine loving your numbers. Ask your doctor about Invokana.
Take your fingers and feel for a pulse.
No lie lives forever, Raymond.
What'd you do?
What did you do?
Catch up now on the show critics are calling brilliant. A thrill. 4 stars.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't fire you, Ray.
I'm not the kind of guy you fire.
Ray Donovan, new season July 13th. Catch up now on Showtime Anytime and Showtime On Demand.
Back to the Tony Awards. Earlier this evening, the award for Best Choreography went to Warren Carlyle, After Midnight.
I share this with the cast, the most unbelievably talented cast. You saw them dance tonight. I love them all.
And the award for Best Orchestrations went to Jason Robert Brown, The Bridges of Madison County.
It was the most special experience in the entire world, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to celebrate all of those people and that achievement tonight.
We've seen a lot of dreams coming true tonight. Mine first came true when I was 14, and I auditioned for my first show in high school. It was The Music Man. Yes, even in Australia, every school does The Music Man. But I was so green, I learned the entire opening number, Rock Island. You know, the one with the 8 traveling salesmen? Yeah, well, I memorized all 8 parts, and I still remember every word. Do you want me to do a little bit for you? All right. You want to stand? Okay. Fellas, I need some drums. You got some drums there? Give it. Oh, look at that. Okay, ready? You ever met a fella by the name of Hill? Hill, 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 Hill. No. Just a minute. Never heard of any salesman Hill. No, he doesn't know the territory. Doesn't know the territory. What's the fella's line? Never worries about his line. Never worries about his line. Or a doggone thing. He's just a bang, beat, bell ringing, big hauling, great goal, necking, nothing, rip roaring every time a bullseye salesman. That's Professor Harris. Hang on 1 second. Stop the train. No, if you think about it, as I was doing my bad rap, Broadway composer Meredith Willson, he might have actually created one of the very first rap songs ever back in 1957, right? So you know what? We're not in Sydney, Australia anymore. We're in New York City. I think it's time we brought the Music Man into the 21st century. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome LL Cool J and T.I. Give me a beat.
Hands in air. Everybody on your feet. Tony Awards, stand up.
He's a music man.
He's a what?
He's a music man, and he sells clarinets to the kids in the town with the big trombones and the rat-a-tat drums and the big breast bass, and the piccolo, the uniform too, with a shiny gold braid on the coat and a big red stripe running.
Well, I don't know much about bands, but I do know you can make a living selling big trombones. No, sir. Handling picks perhaps, and here and there a juice hop.
Nope, the fella sells bands, boys bands. I don't know how he does it.
How's he do it?
But he lives like a king, and he dallies, and he gathers, and he plucks, and he shines, and when the man dances, certainly boys, what else?
The piper pays him.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly, boys, what else?
Piper pays him.
He's a music man. He's a what? He's a music man, and he sells clarinets to the kids in the town with the big trombones and the rat-a-tat drums and the big brass bass,
And the piccolo uniforms too, with a shiny gold braid on a coat and a big red stripe running. I don't know how he does it.
But he lives like a king.
And he dallies and he gathers and he plucks and he shines.
And when the man dances,
certainly, boys, what up?
Piper pays
him. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly, boys, what else?
Piper pays him.
Yes, sir.
He's a music man.
Say it with us. He's a music man. He's a music man. He's a music man. Scream!
Give it up. LL Cool J and T.I. Yo. And thanks to Questlove from The Roots for coming up with that beat for us. Unbelievable. That's so good. LL just gave me my rapper name, Biggie Tap Shoes. Yo. I'm bad. Yo. Now welcome, 6-time Tony winner, yo, Audra McDonald. Whoa.
From an iconic underdog, a reformed convict, and a transgender rocker, to a murderous gentleman and his entire family of victims, 5 incredible talents, 12 unforgettable characters. The nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Leading Role in a Musical are Neil Patrick Harris, Hedwig, and the Angry Inch. Ramin Karimloo, Les Miserables. Andy Carl, Rocky. Jefferson Mays, A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. Bryce Pinkham, A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. And the Tony Award goes to Neil Patrick Harris.
A three-time Emmy winner is host of the Tony Awards. Tonight, Neil Patrick Harris takes home a Tony of his own.
A year ago, I was hosting the Tonys. This is crazy pants. Playing Hedwig is an absolute joy. It is a role I was terrified of, and in taking it on, it has changed me and challenged me, and it's exhausting, and it's so fun to perform it, and I love doing it. Thank you so much to the theater wing for this award, for voting for me, for David Binder and 101 Productions for waiting to allow me to do the production. It really means a lot. I'm such a fan of the show, and John Cameron Mitchell and Stephen Trask, you've created a character that is so beautiful and songs that are so amazing to sing and to do it over and over. I keep learning new things from it, and it's a disappointment that you guys weren't able to be up for your categories given the circumstances, so thank you for doing that. Our production, I'm a wild fan of, and it all starts with our director, Michael Mayer, who is absolutely brilliant in everything given the show. Your little notes were specific, your big notes were grand, and all of it was amazing. To my personal Hedwig team, Danny Paul, my dresser, is absolutely spectacular. Oh, I wrote names down. Mike, Nicole, and Perfidia for your makeup and your wigs. You're extraordinary. Ariane Phillips for her costumes. They're awesome. Spencer Liff for the moves and the confidence. Thank you. Ethan Pop, Linda Dahl, and Liz Kaplan, the amazing Liz Kaplan, for keeping my voice in check. I really appreciate it. To my band, Lena Hall, who won a Tony, and the Tits of Clay band. Thank you. I share this with you, but not really. To my agent and great friend, Joe Mahota, you're the best. To my family, David, Bertka, I love you so much, and I am so happy that we've gotten to do this. Thank you for your sacrifices, and thank you for putting up with me during all of this. To our kids, Harper and Gideon, you're 3.5. I'm so sorry that I haven't been able to spend as much time with you as I wish I could, given the show. I promise that as soon as this is done, I'll be able to read books to you and put you to sleep. That's coming up soon. My mom and dad, is their anniversary today, so happy anniversary. I love you very much. And my brother Brian's awesome too. And lastly, I would just like to say thank you to the people who inspire us creatively, like teachers, Churchill Cook, Danny Flores, Diane Keeson, Marty. These are teachers in small town New Mexico that, when sports was the only option, showed that creativity had a place in the world, and without them I would never be able to do any of this. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
Please welcome legendary 4-time Grammy winner, Carole King.
A few years ago, I went to a reading of a new musical about my life called Beautiful. My professional side thought, this is going to be good. But I found some of the most emotional moments of my young life really hard to watch. So I left. I didn't even go to the opening. But when I finally got up the courage to see it, I loved it. And what a gift to see Jessie Mueller playing the girl I was then. And the show so truly portrays the joy songwriters feel, first when we finish a song, and then when we hear it sung by the artist we wrote it for. So here to present the before and after of a hit song are Jessie Mueller, Jake Epstein, and the cast of what is now my favorite show on Broadway, Beautiful!
Hey, I did the lyrics. See what you think.
Tonight you're mine completely. You give your love so sweetly. Oh gosh. Tonight of love is in your eyes. But will you love me tomorrow? Wow, Jerry.
Keep going.
Is this a lasting treasure or just a moment's pleasure? Can I believe the magic of your sight? Will you still love me tomorrow? We should get the Shirelles to do this.
We're going all the way with this one. Goffin and King.
Tonight with words unspoken, you say that I'm the only one. But will my heart be broken when the night meets morning sun? I'd like to know that your love I can be sure. So tell me now, and I won't ask again. Still love me tomorrow. Will you still love me tomorrow? I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down. I feel my heart start to tremble. The air whenever you're around. Oh, baby, when I see your face, yellow as the month of May. Oh, darling, I can't stand it when you look at me that way. I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down. I feel my heart start to tremble there whenever you're around. Ooh, darling, leave me when you tell her to go right there. I know that emotions are something I just can't take. I just got to feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down. Feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down. Tumbling down. Tumbling down. Come tumbling down.
See exclusive photos of the stars backstage at CBS.com. Jennifer Hudson performs, and Hugh Jackman's got a special presentation. Plus, Tina Fey and Rosie O'Donnell on the Tony Awards. Only CBS.
Kevin.
Touchdown. Every morning, 10 times, not just now and then. Once more on the rise, nuts to the flabby guys. Go, you chicken fat, go away. Go, you chicken fat, go. Run, to run.
Like a tortoise.
Okay.
Go too far.
best.
There's a gap out there that's keeping you from the healthcare you deserve. At Humana, we believe if healthcare changes, if it becomes simpler, if frustration and paperwork decrease, if grandparents get to live at home instead of in a home, the gap begins to close. So let's simplify things. Let's close the gap between people and care.
It's great on strawberries, apples, bananas, rice cakes, raspberries, toast.
Jif Hazelnut Spread makes anything your new favorite thing. Spoons. Which is why this choosy mom chooses Jif.
We're fixing to get into a pretty good gunfight.
They shot me. Ross shot broke. Can you fight?
I can fight.
Let's go!
You can die for your country. I'm gonna live for mine.
Lone Survivor. Own it now. Universal is a proud donor to the Lone Survivor Fund.
My name is Dale, and this is my aha moment. I volunteer at Ronald McDonald House. I was playing my guitar, and a little girl just out of nowhere just came up and was pointing to me and saying, And I found out that the young girl had just gotten cochlear implants. She had been deaf her entire life, and it was the first music she had ever heard. Even now, it makes me choked up. Just, how amazing life can be.
Mutual of Omaha. Insure your possibilities. Insurance, retirement, banking, investments.
Next, a performance from Bullets Over Broadway when the Tony Awards continue on CBS.
This fall, the executive producer of TV's #1 drama takes you to the Big Easy.
NCIS!
New latitude.
Kind of old school. Old school works in Louisiana.
Same attitude.
You always start your mornings in a bar?
Might be daylight, but the evening's young. But we're gonna have some fun.
NCIS New Orleans, Tuesdays this fall.
The hit comedy Mom at its new time, Monday at 8:30, 7:30 Central.
So we've got a bit of a spider problem down here, but we can take care of it.
Wow.
Call Blue Chip.
Not everything was meant to be tamed. Not everything was meant to be messed with. There's still a part of you that aches to roam free, and there's still a place that encourages it. A place forever west, Wyoming. Visit WyomingTourism.org. Come, explore, roam free.
Up close to the best of Broadway. Become a Peabody Opera House Broadway Series subscriber and see 4 great shows from the best seats in the house. Buy your season tickets today at PeabodyOperaHouse.com.
Macaroni Grill introduces authentic Italian street food. Meet the new Mezzaluna, stuffed calzone and loaded pizza. Our pizza maker's secret is out of the oven. 9 combinations starting at $9. Only at Romano's Macaroni Grill.
Wow.
Seriously?
I'm a busy bee.
Call Blue Chip.
We've been watching out for you for the past 60 years. Thank you, St. Louis.
Welcome back to the Tony Awards. Earlier, the award for Best Costume Design of a Musical went to Linda Cho, A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
Not only was I fortunate to be asked to work on this amazing musical, I got to work with talented, passionate colleagues, some of whom I already love like family.
And the award for Best Costume Design of a Play went to Jenny Tiramani, 12th Night.
I have to say 1,000 thank yous, really, to all the teams who worked on it in England and here.
Welcome back. Now, there is a tabloid story I'd like to address. It's about my nude scene in X-Men. Now, hang on. Thanks, Mum. No, there was talk it wasn't really me and that I used a buttocks double. Now, I just want... All right. Okay, you got me, but the buttocks double was actually one of our next 2 presenters, so... You decide which one. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kevin Bacon and Kate Mara.
Each year, members of the Broadway League work tirelessly to excite audiences by bringing the magic of Broadway to theater lovers in nearly 200 cities across the U.S. and Canada.
Right here in New York, that included more than 12.25 million people who were enthralled by thought-provoking new plays, musicals, and the 3 musical revivals nominated tonight.
Once again, they are Hedwig and the Angry Inch, Les Miserables, Violet,
The American Theater Wing's Tony goes to Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Accepting the award for Hedwig and the Angry Inch, producer David Binder.
Most people think a producer's job is to find ideas, but actually, I think the opposite happens. The ideas find us. They get into our bloodstream, and then they circulate into our heart, and then our brain, and they take over every thought, and they haunt us. And then it's our jobs as producers to move them forward, to find wholeness, to find completion. 20 years ago, 2 extraordinary artists, John Cameron Mitchell and Stephen Trask, conjured an idea of a rock and roller from East Berlin with a botched sex change operation. And that idea chose me. So, on behalf of the 3 of us, to the cast, to the band, to the crew, to the designers, to everyone in the Hedwig family, to Michael Mayer, the visionary director, and to the exquisite, courageous Neil Patrick Harris. Thank you. You complete this in the most remarkable way. Thank you very much. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi,
Dad. From Bullets Over Broadway, please welcome Zach Braff.
It's been a dream come true to make my Broadway debut this season in a new musical comedy with a book by Woody Allen, big laughs, colorful characters, and the songs that made the 20s roar. I portray an aspiring young playwright who's forced to cast a mobster's talentless girlfriend in my play to get it produced, something that has never happened in the history of the theater. Now, please welcome Tony nominee Nick Cordero and the company of Bullets Over Broadway.
Dislike my lover and leave her for another. Tain't nobody's business if I do. Well, I won't call no copper if I'm beat up by my papa. Tain't nobody's business if I do. After all, the way to do is do just as you please, regardless of their talking. Oftentimes the ones that talk will get down on their knees and beg your pardon for their squawking. church on Sunday, burn down my school on Monday.
Minutes ago, the award for Best Lighting Design of a Musical went to Kevin Adams, Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
I've waited a very, very, very long time to do this show on Broadway, and it was worth the wait.
And the award for Best Lighting Design of a Play went to Natasha Katz, The Glass Menagerie.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for this honor. Glass Menagerie is a dream come true.
I'm Jane, and I have COPD.
I'm DAVE, and I have COPD.
I'm KATE, and I have COPD. But I don't want my breathing problems to get in the way of my volunteering. That's why I asked my doctor about BREO.
Once daily, Brio Ellipta helps increase airflow from the lungs for a full 24 hours. And Brio helps reduce symptom flare-ups that last several days and require oral steroids, antibiotics, or hospital stay. Brio is not for asthma. Brio contains a type of medicine that increases risk of death in people with asthma. It is not known if this risk is increased in COPD. Brio won't replace rescue inhalers for sudden COPD symptoms and should not be used more than once a day. Brio may increase your risk of pneumonia, thrush, osteoporosis, and some eye problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking Brio.
Ask your doctor about BREO for COPD.
First prescription free at mybrio.com.
I'm not hijacking this plane. I'm trying to save it.
Bring home the must-own Blu-ray. That's non-stop action.
Keep down!
Non-stop. Own it on Blu-ray Tuesday.
What do doctors from leading cancer centers in the country have in common? Many of them now call Cancer Treatment Centers of America home. Expert medicine works here. Find out why at cancercenter.com. Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
We are a collection of smalls. A home saved. A hero homebound for a new opportunity. A kitchen that kickstarts careers. Wells Fargo invests in our communities a little differently. With small measures that add up to make our whole even greater. Little by little, we can do a lot. Because small is huge. Visit wellsfargo.com to see how big small can be.
Hey, Barrett Foe here. The excitement continues at the Tony Awards. Jennifer Hudson is up next. Only CBS.
Don't miss the hit drama NCIS Los Angeles, CBS Tuesday.
Weather and traffic on the 4s, only on News 4 This Morning.
The U.S. Bank Broadway series at the Fabulous Fox presents a season of Broadway's best. You'll have the time of your life at Dirty Dancing. And Best Musical, Kinky Boots, makes its Fox debut. Make it a holiday to remember with A Christmas Story. Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella is pure magic. Motown the Musical brings an iconic American story to the stage. And The Phantom of the Opera comes to the Fox with a spectacular new production. Season tickets are now on sale at the Fox box office or fabulousfox.com. Don't miss Broadway's best at the Fox. Let's do it.
Which of you has the more powerful engine? Lincoln. I also want heated and cooled front seats. It has to be standard. Do you have that?
It's clear, right?
Definitely.
When you're looking for a luxury SUV, make sure you ask the right questions. Visit your Lincoln showroom today and get one of these exceptional offers on the 2014 Lincoln MKX.
As the weekend comes to a close, we're getting the details of several aggressive armed robberies happening downtown. Tonight on News 4, we'll reveal what the bad guys were after and let you know if police are close to pulling them off the streets. And a 23-year-old Metro East woman hit and killed by a car this weekend, and police say the driver in this hit and run has not come forward. Plus, cleaning up from a weekend of severe weather. And Kristen Cornett has more rain and storms in the forecast. Join us tonight on News 4 after the Tonys.
Series live. It's 1-1. It's 1-1. Pete, ready? We're back. We're almost back. We're back live, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the Tony Awards Orchestra, led by Patrick Baccariello. And now, the nominees for Best Performance by a leading actress in a musical. You knew I wouldn't let you off that easy, ladies. I'm sorry. All right, fellas, here we go. A 5, a 6, a 5, 6, 7. I'm stepping out with my baby. Can't go wrong, 'cause they're all right. One will leave with a Tony. Glad they got dressed up tonight. Don't be afraid, ladies. Be very afraid. But look at it this way. After this, we're all going to be trending. Yes. Hi, Mary Bridget. How are you? I'm well. Mary Bridget Davies, an incredible, and a night with Jenna Joplin. Come with me. Come up here. Just stand right there. Okay. Like with the prom. Oh. Janice J, Rock to Heaven, Whiskey Boys, Cosmic Blues. You were great, there's no question. Mary Bridget paid her dues.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that was a brilliant spin.
That's Hugh Jackman.
Mary Bridget.
Thank you.
Hi, you good? Hi, Sutton. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hi. You want to hand that over? Okay. Come on here. Okay. Come here. She looks gorgeous. Oh, that scar's healed up nicely. Thank you. Work with me. It's a very hard step. See if you can... Oh, my gosh, she's a natural. Sutton's fresh as a daisy. Violet vaporize my heart with a bell that can raise me. Sutton, you're a world apart. Sutton Foster! God. Hi, Dina. I was thinking we could do that, you know, the bit from Dirty Dancing, you know, the run and the up and with the thing. Yeah, maybe not. No, let's... Can I sit here? Yeah, I'm going to sit here. Hi. How you doing? There is much cheering when you're Beth and you're Liz. Is it Beth or Liz? Bouncing ballads, Adina's best that there is. Adina Menzel, ladies and gentlemen. Got a friend. Oh, you like that? Yeah, that was pretty good, right? It's so bad, wasn't it?
It's so bad, it's good.
It's so bad, it's good. All right, see if you can stick up with me. She was uncanny as Carole King, wasn't she? Unbelievable? Come on, Jessie, you and I. Yeah! Jessie am quite a lady. Beautiful as Carole King. Take good care of a baby. Tony's not too far away. Yeah, baby! She doesn't want to sit down. You want to keep going, don't you? Yo. What's all that? Get all that thing in the thing. Oh, where are we at? How are you? Kelly, how you doing? Kelly O'Hara, ladies and gentlemen. So passionate in the bridges of Madison County is the love-starved wife. I really think it sounds like it should have been called the bridges of Ashley Madison County. Oh yeah, I know who you are. Google it, you'll understand. Kelly Flames with a yearning. Winning score by Mr. Brown. Love affair, hearts are burning. She's the hottest mom in town. Kelly O'Hara. So good. Thank you. Sorry. Unbelievable. Yes. Superstars. It's no baloney. Can't go wrong because they're all right. One will live with a Tony. Good luck this evening, ladies. Your big day may be tonight. And the Tony Award goes to Jessie Mueller. Beautiful, the Carole King musical.
Jessie Mueller earns the Tony for her marvelous portrayal of Carole King. She was also nominated in 2012.
Piece of paper. Oh my gosh. I have to thank God because without him, nothing is possible, and that is true, and that will always be true. Everyone at the Sondheim, all the cast, crew, our designers, it's just such a pleasure to come to work every day. Paul and Mike for making this happen when everybody said it was a crazy, crazy idea. My agents at Innovative, Paula Music, you opened up so many doors for me and showed me possibilities that I didn't even think were there. My parents are here. They're right there. They're actors, and they raised 4 kids, and they sent them all to college, and I just love you guys. And it's true, I'm not making that up. And my brother's man, Andrew, I think you guys are watching, and I love you. And Abby and Brian, you're back there somewhere. There she is. And my grandma, I know you couldn't be here tonight, but I think about you every night I step on stage. And Andy, you have literally been so far away this year, but I know you have always been right behind me, and I thank God every day for you. And Carole, come on, Carole King, I never thought... Right? There you are. I never thought I'd get to sing with you once in my life, let alone twice. And just, you have taught me so much. You teach me so much every night. I get to go up on stage and try to go through what you went through and come out of it with kindness and love and forgiveness and a pure heart. And you're just such an amazing woman. And I'm proud to be up here representing the amazing women that all the women in this category represented this year, because everyone is strong and vulnerable and complicated in the best way. And it's an amazing thing for that to be represented on Broadway. So thank you to the wing. I'm sorry, everyone wants a drink, so thank you. Good night.
Welcome 8-time Emmy winner, Tina Fey.
The upcoming new musical of the Oscar-winning film Finding Neverland is the story of author J.M. Barrie and his relationship with the family who inspired his most beloved creation, Peter Pan. Now, with a special preview of the song Neverland, please welcome the 4 boys of the Darling family and Academy Award winner Jennifer Hudson.
Whenever I am frightened, if I ever feel alone, I turn to the night sky and a star I'll call my own. Somewhere I can run to, just across the Milky Way. If you like, I can take you just a light year and a day. We can sail away tonight on a sea of pure moonlight. We can navigate the stars to bring us back home. In a place so far away, we'll be young, that's how we'll stay. Every wish is a command when we find ourselves in Neverland. Picture a land that you never have seen, when life is internal in everything. A future of happiness all in your hands, all in this place I created that I call Neverland. We can sail away tonight on a sea of pure moonlight. We can navigate the stars to bring us back home. In a place every wish is a command when we find ourselves and never, oh, never land, never land, never
Rosie O'Donnell presents the Tony for Best Musical. Next, only CBS.
You are Wei Ling Su, the greatest debunker of fake spiritualists.
She won't fool me. I'm told she's very pleasant to look at. She's a visionary and a vision.
My mental impressions are cloudy.
Are they cumulus clouds?
You're making fun of me.
The more I watch her, the more I'm stumped. I'm overwhelmed. I never dreamed you could look this beautiful. I believe that the dull reality of life is all there is, but you are proof that there's more mystery, more magic.
Magic in the Moonlight, rated PG-13. Open select cities July 25th.
Well, I love a rainy night. I love a rainy night. I love to hear the thunder, watch the lightning when it lights up the sky. You know it makes me feel good.
YoPlay, with flavors the whole family will love. It is so good for a night in. In life, there are things you want to touch, and some you just don't. Introducing the Kohler Touchless Toilet. The no-touch flush for your home.
Hey, Chuck, kick the bait.
Check out the low end on this thing.
Somebody call a doctor, because I got a bad case of buggy fever.
I got my paws in the air and I don't care.
Introducing the HTC Harman Kardon Edition with revolutionary Clarify sound. Now with 6 months free Spotify premium streaming music when you sign up for a Sprint family plan. Happy connecting from Sprint.
Hi, I'm Halle Berry, and as a new mom, I can tell you that childhood is a magical time. But for children with diabetes, life is not quite so carefree. The Barbara Davis Center for Childhood Diabetes is fighting hard to find a cure. Know the signs: irritability, excessive urination, weight loss. If you have any of these signs, please call your doctor. Early detection can save your life. Give to save lives and reach for the cure. Call now or log on to childrensdiabetesfoundation.org.
More rain is already heading in our direction tonight, and we could see quite the soaking early this week. All the details in your complete forecast. That's next on News 4.
Nelson Monday.
Please welcome tonight's recipient of the Isabel Stevenson Award, Rosie O'Donnell.
The talent we've seen on stage tonight reminded me how fortunate we all are to have Broadway in our lives, and on a personal level, just to be a part of this brilliant community. I think the only thing that might top the feeling of getting a special Tony Award this evening would be able to hop like Wolverine. A close second is getting to present the most anticipated award of the night. It's the one that's been debated in theater columns, Broadway chat rooms, and hair salons coast to coast. The nominees for Best Musical are After Midnight, Aladdin,
You ain't never had a friend like me. You might be telling me.
Beautiful, the Carole King musical, A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder,
Yes, I just wanted to marry you.
and the Tony Award goes to A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
I don't have a lot of time. Thank you. Thank you, Tony voters. Thank you, Tony voters, here in this room and across the country. You have singled us out from a group of wonderful new musicals this season, and to everyone watching, please go see them all. Most important, thank you, Ellen Tattleman, for 39 years of true love, and for our best productions, Ava, Greta, and Noah. And by my proxy standing here, thank you to all of our families for helping us do what we love. I'd also like to acknowledge two of my many teachers, Marvin Krause and Liz McCann. And two of my newer teachers, the amazing Sue Wagner and John Johnson. Stephen Lutvack had an epiphany when he was 18 years old about this show, and he has been the singular driving force behind Gentleman's Guide for years. This award belongs to him and Robert Friedman, who together persevered in the face of incredible obstacles, and to Darko Tresnak, whose vision is on that stage every night. It also belongs to Hartford Stage and the Old Globe, who saw this show's promise and gave it life. And to Jordan Roth, who gave us a beautiful theater and a great staff. And to the whole creative team, the cast, the crews, the musicians, Spotco and O&M, our co-producers, investors, and everyone at our offices. The little engine that could, did. We all do what we do in the theater because we believe it matters. Theater nourishes the soul and gets us to feel and think and see things differently. This is what drives us, the goodwill and collaborative spirit that flows through each of us on this show and on all shows everywhere that people make theater is a great gift. Thank you for embracing that gift, and thank you for giving us another one.
I've had a great time. I'm pumped to be coming back to Broadway in the fall, but now it is time to say goodnight. I want all of our Tony winners to get up here and join me on stage. Come on, Audra, lead it up. Come on, guys. This here, the neon lights are bright on Broadway. This here, there's always magic in the